I just watched the Lacey Green video, and I have nothing against Lacey Green as, like a lot of people do. A lot of people don't like her because she's pushing too much third-wave feminism. I do admit she is a little too preachy with the anti-men campaign, but, other than that, she is talking about women's rights that women should have, and that is important to support. I don't like when she gets too radical with, like, men do this, men do that. I don't like when she gets too radical on braless, or, yeah, braless, I think. Yeah. But on her regular page, she actually does talk about real issues that women do face, and the latest one's about prostitution should be a crime. And this is my theory behind prostitution. No, it should not be a crime. It should be perfectly legal. Let me explain. Back in the Western years, like the 1800s, you had women who willingly were prostitutes because that was what they wanted to do. Of course, women had all different jobs back in the Old West. Some were prostitutes, some worked at early on Sears stores, some were housewives. Women did many different things back in the Old West, and some of them willingly chose to do certain careers. And prostitution was one of them, brothel houses as they were called back then. So back then it wasn't a crime. It was perfectly legal back then. However, sometime like near the Prohibition era, the 1920s, and it was deemed a crime. And ever since then, it was still deemed a crime because it went from being a voluntary profession to a sex trafficking situation. Now, sex trafficking is really illegal, and it does take away a woman's right to voluntarily do that profession. A sex trafficking company compared to voluntary prostitution is voluntary prostitution. A woman and or a man is willingly doing this because they want to. But a sex trafficking business is forcing somebody to go in it against their will. Now, of course, a lot of people were arrested for it. A lot of women and men or women who were running the business and a part of it were being arrested for it. And I think Lacey Green's right. We have to distinguish the difference between sex trafficking and voluntary prostitution. Now, we get to today. Now, this is my thoughts on it. Prostitution should perfectly be legal. I don't see anything wrong with it because prostitution is a consensual thing. And I believe, and this is just my belief, I believe that women should have the right to be prostitutes if they want to. Women shouldn't be told by other women that they shouldn't become prostitutes because they'll have no self-respect for themselves. I don't like that. I don't like when women tell other women how to act. I think that's worse than a man telling a woman how to act, quite honestly. Because you have women out there who tell other women, oh, don't wear short shorts and a cut top, you look like a slut or a whore. And you have mothers telling their daughters this when they're going out, before they go out to the clubs. Yeah, real encouraging, Mom. Tell your daughter that she looks like a slut. It boggles my mind that women tell other women how to act. Because for a longest time, women didn't like how men told them to act, but it's okay for women to tell women how to act? No, it's not okay. It's not okay whatsoever. Look, prostitution is just another way of a woman voluntarily expressing her sexuality, and I'm all for women freely expressing their sexuality, whether it's through actual physical sex or if it's not through sex itself. I'm all for women freely or voluntary expressing their sexuality, because you know why? Because it's the 21st century, people. Wake the fuck up. Women should have equal rights already. There shouldn't be pay inequality, okay? There should not be pay inequality. Women should not tell women how to act. I'm being honest. Women should not tell women how to act. That's just wrong and immoral. Finally got that out. But the point being is, it's not a harmful profession if it's voluntary. If it's involuntary, then it's a harmful profession. Simple as that. If you disagree with me, I don't know what to tell you, really. I don't know what to tell you. Women should have equal rights already. It's bullshit that they don't. And that goes for social rights as well. Before I end this video, can I ask you something? If a man can walk outside to get his mail topless, is it really taboo if a woman does the same thing? I don't think so.